So firstly, looking at why teaching school hubs are being developed, and to give you a bit of insight into what the current sector looks like, there are over 800 teaching schools. And a teaching school is an outstanding school who has applied to the Department for Education to get teaching school status, and who then provide support to other schools around teacher training, linking them up with other schools in school-to-school support, and getting them support from national leaders of education or specialist leaders of education. So that's been a successful model, and it's helped lots of schools on their school improvement journey. But it can be quite confusing for schools if they have, 5 or 6 different teaching schools within their region. How do they know who to go to get the best provision, or how do they know who to go to talk about what they need and to find how to get that support? And also, how does the Department for Education quality assure 800 teaching schools to make sure that the provision that's being offered to schools to help them to develop and improve is the best quality it can be and having the impact that they want it to have? Therefore, the aim is to have 86 teaching school hub regions across the country, and within those 86 regions, there will be one teaching school hub which leads the provision and the development and the support for schools for that region. This will make it a lot easier for schools to know who to go to get that support, and it will also help the Department for Education in ensuring that the training and the quality of support that's offered is as high quality as it can be. So this map here just gives you an idea of how the country's been split into those teaching school hub regions. So the dark black outline here splits the country into the regional school commissioner regions, which is what we work in Ambition. So with me being the area director for East Midlands and the Humber, I work within this area. But then the other coloured groups of local authorities or local authority districts are the teaching school hub regions. And these have been decided by looking at where there are groups of 200 to 300 schools and trying to get as close within those numbers as possible. So that's how the teaching school hub regions are decided. And the teaching school hub rollout is going to be funded for the next 3 years, starting in September 2021, and hopefully long term if it is successful. So now moving on to what a teaching school hub is. So a teaching school hub is going to be led by an excellent school, and it's going to deliver development support, leadership and teacher training at all levels within a teacher's career. But there's going to be some specific arms of training that the teaching school hub will be required to deliver on. The first one is school-based initial teacher training. So this is training new people to join the profession. The second one is early career framework, and this will be supporting newly qualified teachers in their first 2 years within role, so that they feel developed, they feel supported, and they stay in the profession long term. There's then the leadership national professional qualifications, which are the NPQs, which you will all be familiar with, for example, the NPQH, which sits alongside our headship programme. There's also been some new specialist NPQs developed in things like NPQ in leading teaching, NPQ in leading teacher development, and NPQ in leading culture and behaviour. And the last one is appropriate body services. So teaching school hubs will be an appropriate body, which is somebody who decides whether a teacher has met their teaching standards and can be awarded qualified teacher status. In terms of who can apply to be a teaching school hub, the Department for Education want the best schools across the country to be leading these teaching school hubs. So in order for a school to be able to apply, they need to have had a good or outstanding Ofsted grade within their last inspection, and they need to have above average progress in 2 out of 3 of the last 3 years. So this progress measure may look different if you're a primary school or a secondary school or a college, but it needs to be above the national average in 2 of the last 3 years in order for a school to be able to apply to be a hub. Schools don't have to apply to the region that they're based, but if they are applying to a different region, they need to add that into their application as to why they need to, that they'll be able to support schools outside of their own locality. And they can apply for up to 3 regions. So just because there's 86 teaching school hub regions doesn't necessarily mean there'll be 86 teaching school hubs. We might have one teaching school hub that looks after 2 or 3 regions.